So now that we're on the record again, yes, thank you. We were on the record last week. And you just loved to death, Kiki. Thank you. We talked about one for me, blogging, and two for you, I believe, was looking at alternative ways to get your guys' name and brand out there through speaking engagements and events and things like that. So, do you want to start or shall I?
You go first.
Okay. Well, anyone who was watching my social media may have seen two, not just one, but two blog posts go up. One of which was the cop-out posting about Blab, saying like, hey, I'm doing a Blab. Here are the Blabs. Blab, blab, blab. Apparently you're supposed to talk about Blab when you do a Blab. It's like reverse Fight Club. I don't know where I saw that. Any ideas, Kiki? Must have just kind of popped into my mind like a piece of art that I was just doodling on the corners. But
a very, very
anyway, much better than I could doodle. If only someone like Kiki. Oh wait, it is a Kiki tech doodle that was about that. Blab as Fight Club. I'll let her explain that. But anyway, so I did one very small blog post about Blab, and then another relatively small one talking about recent media mentions and are getting our name out there. So I was happy to hit the two blog posts instead of one. So just getting the word out there a little bit, but definitely need to do some like actual content heavy blogging this week in terms of, actually writing paragraphs and things like that.
Will has a good question. He wants to know how your reach was.
I mean, probably at least 3 to 5 people read it. I'm not entirely sure how to measure that, honestly. Like our site just doesn't get that much traffic, and on Facebook I have the click-throughs. Yeah, we do. I haven't checked it though. I know the click-through from the Facebook wasn't great, but I haven't checked the Google Analytics. I don't really know how. I just kind of look at it.
Okay. We'll talk about that at a later date. Yeah. Okay. So you got 2 blog posts done, which I think was your goal, right?
One was the goal. I just killed it so hard.
Exceeded your goal. Okay. So should I talk about what I did?
Yes.
Okay.
Please.
So I went ahead and I looked into conferences, and I found some really cool ones. They're all insanely expensive, but I hope we'll actually have like a conference budget next year. And by insanely expensive, I mean like $1,500 to attend an HR conference, which seems like totally exorbitant to me, but maybe I just don't know what things cost. And then I also registered I registered myself for some speaking lists, and then I also registered us in some like catalogs, I don't know, of startups that have female founders, which is a little bit of a stretch.
Nice.
Because we have 1 female founder out of 4, but I'll take it. And I think most people will.
Whatever.
Because
yeah, that counts.
Yeah, it works. Works for me.
You are a female founder, therefore you have a female founder.
Yeah, there was one time where it was a little bit of a stretch because they were like, what's the name of your female founder? And then they're like, do you have other founders? Or do you have another founder? And I was like, ooh, yeah, I do. I have 3, but there wasn't room to put 3 in. So I have a feeling I stretched that one a little far, but it works.
Whatever.
Hashtag startup life, right?
Well, that's legit. Yeah. I think that's totally fine. So cool. And I mean, I think part of the reason for that, right, was that you were looking at sort of longer term stuff in terms of being able to work on things now, even pre-launch, because you're working on your 2.0 or whatever. Your mom's always a co-founder of life, your life, Ross D. Curie.
My mom's a co-founder of my life. I like that. That's pretty accurate.
I mean, it's facts. Pretty accurate.
So what are you thinking for your goal for this week?
That is a good question. I definitely need to do a content-oriented blog, but actually what I'd like to focus on this week is sales again. And the reason that I'm not going to focus on social media this week is that two exciting things are happening. One, I met with the like PR department of Hattie Larlam, um, the organization that works with people with disabilities that is producing my products. So like they, are they're the nonprofit that does like all the clinical therapy, vocational training for the people that then come and make my product. Um, and they're actual like PR people, like they have people with that title, and they're putting together a press release about our
Oh,
partnership
nice.
because I'm their like first client. So like it'll be not a blog post, but like maybe an actual press release kind of thing that potentially someone would read or pick up.
That would be cool.
So I feel good about that. Yeah. And then actually on Friday, it's very exciting. NPR is doing an interview of me about peaceful fruits.
Yes, that's awesome. Great. For for
Yeah,
national
it's
or
pretty exciting.
for you?
I mean, for intergalactic because it'll be on the internet, but no, actually, it's for NPR Quick Bites, which is a local program that does like food and related things in Northeast
Cool.
Ohio. So it's mostly
But
local.
still, it'll be on the internet
But
as well, which is awesome. And I can link to
yeah,
it.
yeah, and you can. Thank you. And yeah, it's a pretty cool thing because it's like a quick bite, so it's like a 30 seconds to 3 minute story. So, it's not a huge feature or anything, but it's also small enough that it's easily, soundbite consumable for internet viewing and whatnot,
Looks like we
or
have somebody else
listening.
here from Ohio.
Yay, Ohio! The Hutchison coach. Oh, I
You
don't
don't
know anything
know
about coach.
OH? It's not YMCA.
IO? Well, I was doing the YMCA one. No, there's
No,
they do that too,
you
I think.
don't. Mm-mm. Oh, that's true.
Um, doesn't that cost a lot of money, PR Web? I remember looking at it just briefly, um, and I remember it did cost less if you don't, engage their editorial skills at all. But it's not something I've tried at all. If you have any experience with it, I'd love to
I
hear
mean,
about it.
my guess is if they have a PR person, they probably have a PR web membership. And if they're bothering to write a PR piece at all, it'll probably go to some sort of news service like PR web or something like that, hopefully.
And that's a good
But
point.
if not, if you
Sounds
don't
like
see
something to
it going
discuss.
out, you might want to ask if you can disseminate it. Hi, Clay. Nice to see you. Don't talk about Ohio because Clay is from Blacksburg. So he may feel sensitive after their loss last night to Ohio State.
I didn't even notice.
Oh, yeah. A lot of people. Oh, nice one, Clay. All right. So you were thinking you would just handle those 2 appointments next week, or what are you going to do as your goal?
Oh no! So my goal is sales stuff, because that made me feel good about my marketing work for
You're like,
the
I did
week.
2 blog posts. I'm done.
No, because I met with the press release thing and the NPR thing this week, and so that's why I feel like I'm set-ish on that. So instead, I need to focus on some sales because I also got an email back from Whole Foods today that they want me to come in and sample my product for their team, which is pretty
That is super
exciting.
exciting. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Whole Foods.
Thank
That
you.
is like
Yeah,
health food mecca, right?
the Mecca. Yeah, basically.
Nice.
Though I mean, a lot of the other grocery store chains are creeping up on them. Like Kroger, for example, has a huge organic offering now. So,
but it's all their like store brand,
but
and I don't trust it. They got like hit hard because they were like violating organic principles or whatever. I don't know, like misrepresenting what was organic and what wasn't.
Well, a lot of that stuff is complex. Like the FDA regulations are crazy.
Yeah.
So it's
not easy to follow
the
letter of the law.
Not necessarily, no. But that's a whole nother debate. But but yeah, so I'd like to, one, of course, finish that, have that meeting with Whole Foods would be my goal, which I think is scheduled for like tomorrow or the next day. Um, and then I want to keep going with my college outreach, especially now that most of them are like the administration side is slowing down a little bit since first the first week of school or the ramp up of the first week of school is now mostly gone for colleges. So I'm trying to get on a bunch of college campuses and looking at that. So probably aim to contact like at least 10 colleges this week.
Oh, that's cool. That's a good goal. That's a lot of work. So, what I was thinking for
Maybe
my
it
goal was I
depends.
was going to do something a little similar where I was going to try and put together or start at least, maybe like 20 contacts on a list of contacts like people in the HR department of companies that we would like to sell to. So like start to compile a Google
Okay.
Doc, or, like some sort of CRM regarding potential clients. So what do you think? Think that's a decent goal?
Sounds like a plan. I mean, it makes you how many
Probably
were you looking
20
to
the
go?
next week, but it depends because I was thinking about actually getting one of those LinkedIn memberships, and they're like $50 a month, which is insane as far as I'm concerned. So they have a 2 week trial. So if I do the 2 week trial, then I'll do a hell of a lot more than 20. But if I don't do the 2 week trial, then I'll just do 20 for now.
So this is mostly like trying to get corporate clients
Corporate
then,
clients,
or
yeah. Because I can't really work on consumer too much, but I can work on corporate. So that would be kind of a good thing to do.
that makes sense. Do you think that LinkedIn is really the right way to approach
Oh no, I don't
these
want to approach
things?
them on LinkedIn. I just want to identify them on LinkedIn. Yeah, like because
I
LinkedIn is
see.
pretty
I
good
see.
for figuring out who is in what position and where.
hmm
But it sucks as far as like trying to contact somebody. I got one the other day where like somebody had like asked to accept a link to me, like try to link up. But then they wrote me an email in the
Okay.
link, and I was on my mobile, so I hit accept, and then it deleted the message apparently because I couldn't find the message anywhere. Um, and so I
Hmm.
had to like write him a note and be like, "Hey, I think there was a note with that, but I had a derpy moment and didn't read it." So that's like the worst when you feel like you're being stupid in front of somebody in a professional setting. Yeah, LinkedIn is awful.
Yeah, it definitely is a weird email thing, right? Where every time I'm in an email exchange via, a LinkedIn mail exchange, I'm pretty much just like, here's my email address. Can you actually contact me on the real internet?
Yeah. Oh my
And
God,
hope it
LinkedIn
works
just
out.
drives me
But
bonkers. Oh, look, it's my dad. All right.
hey, Professor Shear.
So, if you'd like to stop the recording now, we can stop the recording, or I can pause it really quickly, so that there's a break. So um, and if anyone would like to pop in and say what their weekly goal is, that would be kind of cool.
That would be cool. Also, thanks for the
But
link,
no pressure.
Ross Curie.
Yeah, Ross is full of useful information. Like seriously, he's really knowledgeable. He's in Maker Hunt with me, and he's
Okay.
always giving out good advice there.
Yeah, this looks like a cool website. This Submit website looks very interesting. Not exactly figuring out how to use it yet, but just looks like a good list of things. A lot of tech, but that's okay. A lot of not tech too.
Okay, so nobody has any goals that they'd like to share for accountability purposes? Crickets. Chirp, 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 chirp. Okay, then I'm going to stop.